Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for watching my last video about a day at the doctor's. I hope you got some good information about testing for POTS and MALS. If you haven't been diagnosed or are looking into some of these conditions, today I'm actually going to talk about something that I was planning on talking about, but not so soon. It actually happened to come up kind of out of nowhere, actually at my doctor's appointment last week. So yeah, just a quick update on things that's going on right now before I get started on this video. I actually had a heart monitor on for 24 hours from Friday to Saturday. I don't know if you can see the stickies, but basically what's going on is I'm trying to find a way to work through my chronic illness long time. This actually goes into kind of what I want to talk about this video, because for a chronic illness, you have to be able to get through every day and do the things that you want to do while managing symptoms and not feeling great. So, moral of the story, I've been going to doctors to try and figure out how to take care of myself in the long term and to be able to do the things that I want to do. So what I'm going to talk about today in this video is actually chronic illness and careers. So things like school, high school, college, a job, graduate school, whatever it is that you want to do. I'm going to tell you a little bit about what I did, and hopefully that'll give you some motivation, some hope that you can do it too. But anyway, I was really sick in 9th grade, so all of high school was a bit of a struggle. I had about 5 surgeries throughout my high school career, and was considered the sick girl at school. Pretty much didn't show up ever. But I managed to graduate on time, and get into college. So what I had to do to get through high school was take some easier courses. I ended up in academic courses rather than honors and AP, which is probably where I should have been at. But my school and my doctors and my parents and myself wanted to make sure that I was able to graduate and feel like I accomplished that, despite being sick the whole time. So like I said, I graduated high school on time in 2016 and got into Ursinus College, which is where I spent the last 4 years of my life. And I went in hopeful that that was going to be it, that college I'd be chronic illness free, but chronic illness, it actually says in the definition that it's long term. So I wasn't ready for what was to come in college. Freshman year was hard, but freshman year for anyone is hard. So I thought I was in the clear, but then I got sick sophomore year, and from then on out I really had to put in the work to graduate on time this past May in 2020. It definitely was not easy, but I looked for a lot of help from professors, from friends. I got notes from doctors to say that I needed extra help or I needed extra time on things. This semester I took off. I actually got the dean involved. My parents met with him and I to discuss how to move forward from that point, because I did leave that fall semester early and then had to take the spring semester off for my bypass surgery. So like I said, it's a lot of juggling, making sure that your health is your #1 priority, but also being able to do the things that you want to do. I was a biology major, and at the time I was pre-med because I really wanted to be a doctor. I had so many amazing doctors in my life that I was so grateful for and would not be where I am today without them, and I wanted to do the same thing for other kids, to give them a life that they could live the way they wanted to live, and to help kids who were in just as much pain and having just as much symptoms as I did. No one, kid, adult, should have to do that, and I wanted to be able to help too. So I started freshman year at Ursinus as a biology major on a pre-med track. And that is one of the hardest things that you could choose to do, especially with a chronic illness. I want to say it made it harder that I was sick and trying to do pre-med, but in some weird way it actually made it easier some days because I had that extra drive behind why I wanted to be a doctor and why I was doing all this hard work in school. And even some days it wasn't the chronic illness that was getting me through pre-med, it was pre-med getting me through my chronic illness. If I had a bad day, a lot of symptoms, I studied anyway because I knew that I was going to make a difference, just like my doctors made a difference in my life. But unfortunately, that all came to a screeching halt when I had to leave for surgery. Taking a semester off as a pre-med student is scary, and you can barely fit in all of your classes and all of the things you have to do to get into med school without a chronic illness and without a semester off. So I was really, really worried. But sitting in the hospital bed, I was going over note cards and getting taught how to do sutures by my resident on my case. And like I said, on those really bad days, pre-med got me through my chronic illness, rather than my chronic illness driving my want to be a doctor. So I guess what I want to say about that is that rather than feeling like your chronic illness is holding you back, find what you're passionate about and use that to get you through your chronic illness. There are so many days that you just don't want to go on anymore, that you just want to lay in bed. But I found that when I had those days, using what I was passionate about and what I wanted to be doing, despite my chronic illness, really helped me get through those days. So, unfortunately, that drive took a turn for the worse. After my bypass surgery, I was so angry that I had gotten sick again and that I had to get more surgery and take a semester off, and that I still wasn't feeling good, and I put in all this hard work, and I quit. I didn't want to do it anymore. I didn't want to see a doctor or a hospital ever again. I didn't want to be a doctor or be in a hospital the rest of my life because I had already spent so much of my life in a hospital, and I decided to stop trying to be pre-med, to be a doctor, to go to medical school. And there was definitely a weight lifted off my shoulders. Initially, I felt like I could breathe again because returning back from surgery after being cleared and having a 40-hour-a-week internship and making up courses that you missed, like hard courses like organic chemistry, and then jumping right back into the next fall semester, full swing, with, again, really hard courses, physiology, physics, statistics. It's not easy. I was barely recovered at this point, and I really, really wanted to do it, but I just didn't have the mental or physical capability at that time, and deciding to take a break from that was probably the best thing I could have done. But around a year later, I was feeling very lost. Like I didn't really know why I was so sick for so long. Becoming a doctor gave me that why of why I have been dealing with this for so long. And losing that why was hard for me to wrap my head around. And up until recently, I still was really struggling and really angry that I had to put up with this every day, that I had to be constantly taking care of myself, and just didn't want to do any of it. Anyone with a chronic illness knows it's a full-time job to take care of yourself, and to feel as good as you can feel, even when that's not great. But then recently, actually at my doctor's appointment, and I guess over this past summer, I started to be drawn to medicine again. Aside from my chronic illness, medicine and anatomy and all things being a doctor were always something that was very interesting to me. I just love science, and it is exciting to me despite having a chronic illness. So I guess I just started seeing that excitement again. And then at my doctor's appointment, I had an echocardiogram, which I talked about in my last video, and I was watching my heart beating on a monitor, and I just felt that excitement again, and I felt motivated to eat right and to exercise and to do those things that were feeling like chores to me to feel better, because I wanted to get to that point where I could become a doctor again. I was realizing that as much as my body needed a break at that point, it had nothing to do with not wanting to do it or not being able to. My body just literally needed a break. And now I'm here again, just as in love with medicine and becoming a doctor and feeling that why again, that it's been making getting through every single day, feeling good or not, so much easier. And even on those days that are really, really hard, I still get up in the morning, I still get out of bed, I still make that smoothie or go to the gym for an hour, because I know that extra energy, that little bit less of a stomach ache that I'll have if I ate right that day, will make it possible for me to do what was seemingly impossible at one point in the near past. So I guess I just wanted to make this video to let all of you out there with chronic illnesses that are really, really struggling know that stay passionate about what it is that you love, because you will find a way to do it, even if it seems impossible now. And just because you have to walk away from something doesn't mean you're giving up. It doesn't mean that your chronic illness won. It just means that your body's tired and your mind is tired and life is tiring. But it's still possible, and there are still days that I have no idea how I'm gonna do this. But that's when I start to inform myself. I watch podcasts, I read blogs about people who've done what I'm trying to do, and it gives you so much hope. So that's what I'm hoping that I can do for any of you watching, is give you hope that you shouldn't give up on your dreams, because chronic illness or no chronic illness, just because it seems tough, keep pushing, because you can do it and you'll find a way. And like I said at the beginning of the video, I am looking for ways to make every day easier for me so that I can get to my end goal. So never give up on trying to feel better. Even if it's a teeny tiny bit, it's still better than nothing. And never give up on your dreams. Never, ever, ever. Your chronic illness will not beat you. You're stronger than it, even if it doesn't feel like it right now, because that's how I felt over the last probably year and a half. I just felt like it was winning. I wasn't in the hospital, I wasn't getting surgery, which is when you'd think, you would think that your chronic illness was winning, but I was home, I was decently healthy, I was at school, and I felt like it was winning. But it's not, it never will. You guys are so strong, and even if you don't have a chronic illness and life's just getting to you, you can still do it too. You'll pull yourself up. Look for support, look for friends, look for anyone you can to motivate you. It's important to surround yourself by those like really great people that will get you out of bed even when you don't want to, because it helps so much to have that support system around you. And like I've said in other videos, let me be that support system for you if you don't have it. I want to help. I'm hoping to give you hope and the chance to feel better and to do what you want to do no matter what. So yeah, thanks for watching again today, guys. Hopefully I'm going to be making some more videos more often. I'm now studying for the MCAT, so I'm going to be busy. And I've gone back to work in a doctor's office part-time for now, because I do want to give my body the chance to catch up to what I'm doing in life. It's good to let your body adjust before jumping fully into things, I've found. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you got some hope from it. Thanks, guys. Bye.